What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Cameron and this is my 2003 Jeep TJ. And in this video, I'll be going over the process of prepping, painting, and installing the Motobilt sliders that I picked up off of Facebook Marketplace. Got the hardware all right here. Let me show you guys what I have on the TJ right now. Obviously, I already have a set of sliders. Those are Motobilt XRC. They are steel textured black. I put those on there to match with the front and rear bumpers that I had at the time. They were Motobilt XRC as well, also textured in black. I like the step that it has, and it's taken some beatings. I was T-boned here, but I do want it more cohesive and to actually match all of the armor and other exterior modifications like the bumper, the license plate relocation mount, the skid plate for the gas tank, the Barnes four-wheel drive skid plate there, and the front bumper. These are what the sliders currently look like. Obviously, they have some debris on them, some scratches, some surface rust. This is where they'll slide underneath the tub and the body mounts. Let's get started. Like usual, we're gonna do a two-part wet sand. I have my 150 grit sanding block here. I prefer to use a sanding block over sanding paper for this sort of stuff. And then also my 400 grit sanding block here. After we finish our wet sand, we're gonna dry it completely, wipe it down with some acetone, and then use our semi-gloss protective enamel. First impressions, I really do like using this. It's perfect to accommodate my disabilities and make it a little bit easier to do these sorts of projects. For anyone that has mobility issues or cannot really use their fine motor skills as well as an able-bodied person, I would definitely recommend something like this. So I don't have acetone, but what I do have are these alcohol prep pads. So I'm just going to wipe this thing down with a lot of these and make sure that the surface is completely free of debris or any dust. Here they both are fully prepped, sanded and wiped down and everything. Now we're gonna get started on the first coat of paint. Next morning, here they are. I'm gonna go over it one more time after I do the underside, but right now I'm gonna flip them over. Alright, so it's been a couple days. They're looking good. We're gonna get started. Obviously, I got into some fun over the weekend. For the past few years, we've been getting a permit for the Tahoe National Forest to go and cut down our own Christmas tree. So that's just what we did. 3 hours there, 2 hours on the trails, 3 hours back. Jeep did great. Obviously, it was a really good time. I'll insert a video here. To start with the driver's side, we're going to remove the bolts here. On the other side of the bolts, there's going to be nuts as well. Then we're going to jack up the tub, remove these two body mount bolts there, and slide this out. Now we're gonna remove our body mount bolts from the tub and the frame. And to do so, we're gonna use a 19mm socket head. Now with those two body mounts removed, we are going to put our floor jack under here, jack up just the tub. So I'm gonna try to put it right here. I know that this is not safe, but this is what I got. I'm gonna make the best of it, and I'm gonna do it as safe as possible. All right, so here we have the new Motobilt slider and the old Motobilt slider. I'm gonna run through some of the major differences. Obviously, the Motobilt one does not have a side step and the Motobilt one does. It's also smooth and untextured, and it also comes fabricated with those nice holes there. The Motobilt one is textured and it does not have those holes, and you can actually see what that does. It builds up dirt, moisture, and it can lead to corrosion of both the tub of the Jeep and eventually this full steel. But the Motobilt one weighs 24.2 pounds and the Motobilt one weighs 32.8 pounds, and that could be due to the side step here. So without the side step, they could be pretty comparable in weight. I'm going to clean this up and we can get started measuring out the Motobilt slider so we can drill our holes and get it installed. Now we're going to lift the body of the Jeep back up and off of the body mounts here so that we can slide the new slider underneath and start drilling out our new holes, because unfortunately I can't reuse these holes. They don't line up with the ones there. So I'm going to have to make new holes, which sucks, but it is what it is. There are some sliders that are frame welded, which is a really good way to go. It's usually more secure and it's obviously less damaging to your tub, but I'm past that point. Anyways, let's get started on this. With my dead blow hammer, I was able to hammer in those body mount spacers. I'm now going to drill. Once I drill those holes, I'm then going to remove this so that I can insert one of the rivet nuts here and here, these two, because I cannot access the nut from any of those sides. So the rivet nuts will seize and scrunch up once I start getting the bolt tight, and that will act as the nut. However, I can fit the nuts under these two here. So I'm just gonna have 3 rivet nuts and 2 locking nuts and washers. I'm now going to remove the clamps, slide this out, insert those 3 rivets, and we can actually put this back together. When inserting the rivets, we're gonna need to drill our holes a little wider, but I didn't do that for these ones just because I'm just inserting the bolt and the nut. But for the rivets, since they're a little wider, I need to actually make the holes a little bigger. When you're doing this, don't forget your safety squints. Now that we have the rivets in, we're gonna put our slider back on and we're gonna start threading them all in. Everything all lined up. This is nice and snug, snugger than it was before. Now before I lower the jack stand, I'm gonna actually tighten all of these so that I can ensure that they stay in their position that they are right now. These nuts are a size 13. All right, now we can remove the clamps, install the body mount bolts, and lower the thing down. Before I reinstall the body mount bolts, I'm just going to lower this a little bit just so that the threads on the bolts have something to grab onto. So the body mount bolts get torqued to 50 foot-pounds. I'm going to be using my Tecton adjustable clicker torque wrench. Alright, so now that the driver's side is done, we're going to rinse and repeat and do the same thing on the passenger side. But I'll spare you and just keep the driver's side in and do the passenger side off camera. This is going to conclude the video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up or leaving me a comment. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. If you want to see more content similar to this, feel free to subscribe to my page. The next video will be a full build walk around, including what the Jeep looked like at the start of the year, everything I did to it this year, including some cost breakdowns, and a build plan for next year as well, because I already have some things that I want to cross off the list. See you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day.